Hare Krishna devotees, welcome to Shloka Day. Today's Shloka is Shloka number 43 of chapter 18. Shauryam tejo dhrite dakshyam
Shauryam tejo dhritir dakshyam
yuddhe chapyapalayanam
yuddhe chapya palayanam
danam ishvara bhavascha
danam ishvara bhavascha
kshatram karma svabhavajam.
kshatram karma svabhavajam.
Word for word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Shauryam,
Shauryam,
heroism.
heroism.
Tejaha,
Tejaha,
power.
power.
Dhritihi,
Dhritihi,
determination.
determination.
Dakshyam,
Dakshyam,
resourcefulness.
resourcefulness.
Yuddhe,
Yuddhe,
in battle.
in battle.
Cha,
And
api,
also
apalayanam,
apalayanam,
not fleeing. Danam, generosity. Ishvara, of leadership. Bhavaha, the nature. Cha, and
kshatram,
of a Kshatriya. Karma, duty. Swabhavajam, born of his own nature. Translation: heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle, generosity and leadership are the natural qualities of work for the Kshatriyas. Yeah. Prabhupada has not written any purport for this particular shloka. The Kshatriyas were those whose natures were predominantly Rajasic with a mixture of Sattvagun. This made them royal, heroic, daring, commanding, and charitable. Their qualities were suitable for martial and leadership works, and they formed the administrative class that governed the country. Yet, they realized that they were not as learned and pure as the Brahmins. Hence, they respected the Brahmins and took advice from them on ideological, spiritual, and policy matters. His Grace Chaitanya Charan Prabhu writes, so here in this section, we are discussing how Karma Yoga gradually elevates through Jnana Yoga to Bhakti Yoga. So the first 6 chapters were Karma Yoga to Bhakti Yoga. The last 6 chapters are the transformation from Jnana Yoga to Bhakti Yoga. And within the arrangements of Karma Yoga, we are discussing Varnashram. How the system of Varnashram involves gradual spiritualization of one's activities. So, the qualities of a Kshatriya. Everyone in life needs some source of satisfaction, some excitement. Now, different people get this satisfaction from different things in their life. Those who are Brahmanically inclined, they get it by studying new books, understanding new concepts, learning new things, in terms of doing things which gives intellectual titillation and gratification. Titillation means joy. Similarly, Kshatriyas, they have adventure. Another quality is yuddhe chapya palayanam. Apalayanam means not running away from the battle. So different people have their different sources of stimulations. And we need to understand these stimulations are not in terms of right or wrong. We can say some are material and some are spiritual. So Prabhu is simply explaining that we are all inspired, determined, pushed by different things. Some things are material, some things may be spiritual. Example, when devotees are remembering Krishna, that is spiritual stimulation. Spiritual stimulation brings supreme satisfaction. But till we get to that level, we need some material stimulations for our satisfaction. Shauryam, heroism, which is to protect the weaker people. Some people get satisfaction in doing this. If this is within dharma, it is good. Tejo, power. Kshatriyas had formidable power. The point is, Kshatriyas had to be strong. Dhritihi is determination. Actually, determination is required for all varnas, but especially in this world, to get things done is not easy. Kshatriyas are meant not only to do things, but to get things done. Ishvara bhava. Brahmins deal with ideas, concepts, principles. Kshatriyas deal with people. Vaishyas deal with animals. And Shudras deal with things. Of course, this is not a watertight division. Everyone has to deal with everyone else. Even Kshatriyas have to deal with ideas. Shudras also have to deal with people. But the point is the primary focus. So, Brahmana's primary focus is intellectualism, understanding ideas, concepts, principles, philosophy. Kshatriya's main duty is to focus on protection of people. Vaishya's main duty is protection of animals and agriculture. Shudra's main duty is to serve others. That doesn't mean that the four varnas are not engaged in other aspects, right? It's just what is predominating for them. Dhanam Ishvara Bhavascha. Ishvara Bhavas can be seen negatively. General, our understanding is this idea keeps us in the material world. But here Krishna talked about in more or less positive life. He's talking about the qualities in each varna in a desirable sense, that people would cultivate these qualities. The Ishvara Bhava means that you are a controller, that is what that means. So it could be seen in a negative light, that you think you are the doer, right? And therein he is saying that the Kshatriya should be having Ishvara Bhava. What does it mean? Actually, in this world, somebody has to take the role of Ishvara, Bhava, controller. Every kingdom needs some governing authority. Here, Ishvara Bhava doesn't mean mentality, but mainly ability. Ishvara Bhava means not thinking that you are the controller, but to have that ability to plan, execute, and control things. The Supreme Lord needs agents to do his work in this world, and that is how Kshatriyas play the role. They can become the Lord's agent. Example, Hanumanji's service to Lord Ram. Dakshyam means expertise. Yuddhe chapya palayanam means never running away in a war, whether you win or you die. Dhanam Ishvara Bhavascha. Dana is an extremely important function of the Kshatriyas. Actually, it is an important function of anyone who is in householder life. In the 16th chapter, Krishna has talked about dana as one of the godly qualities. So Kshatriyas, they collect taxes, they build national treasure, and give it to those who are in need of that. Therefore, charity is natural quality of a Kshatriya. So the question Chaitanya Charan Prabhu is asking, why does Krishna contrast Brahmana and Kshatriya virtues in successive verses? When Krishna describes the virtues and duties of various social classes in the Bhagavad Gita, he mentions a specific virtue that characterizes Brahmanas, forgiving, which implies not fighting. Yet in the very next verse, he mentions an opposite virtue as a Kshatriya characteristic, fighting without flinching. So in one verse, Krishna is talking about forgiveness. In the next verse, he's talking about fighting. In one verse, he's talking about peace. In next verse, he's talking about defense. Because Arjuna has been prioritizing the Brahmana virtue over the Kshatriya virtue that he needed for discharging his social responsibility. At the start of the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna was inclined to call off the war by simply forgiving the Kauravas for their many wrongs. Forgiveness is a vital, even essential virtue at a personal level. We all can strive to act like Brahmanas and forgive each other for the minor mistakes that we are prone to commit amid life's pressures. Still, forgiveness can't be the default state policy. So very nicely, Prabhu is explaining, forgiveness is an important aspect of our personal life. But when it comes to matters of the state, forgiveness is not always the top priority. The state simply cannot forgive people who have committed wrongs that are serious enough to be legally punishable crimes. If forgiveness is the primary mandate of a state, then crime will just flourish. If a state starts forgiving everyone, crime will soon skyrocket and the state won't remain a state. It will become a jungle. The Kauravas, led by Duryodhana, were repeat offenders who had done several heinous crimes, many of which merited capital punishment, which means for the kind of things that they did, they should have been put to death. And Duryodhana had shown no sign of even regret, leave alone reform. Forgiving him and letting him stay in power would be a disastrous dereliction of duty on Arjuna's part. Kshatriyas take up the responsibility of maintaining social order. So the main responsibility in governance is social order. Otherwise, society, we will all become just animals. So Kshatriyas take up the responsibility of maintaining social order, which sometimes necessitates not flinching when confronting wrongdoers. Unfortunately, Arjuna was doing exactly that, flinching in the face of a necessary duty and mistaking his sentimental weakness to be compassionate forgiveness. To highlight Arjuna's error of judgment, Krishna contrasts the virtues of the two social classes, Brahmins and Kshatriyas. By contrasting the virtues characteristic of Brahmanas and Kshatriyas, Krishna urges Arjuna to unflinchingly punish the Kauravas and not to sentimentally forgive them. So it's very beautiful commentary by His Grace Chaitanya Charan Prabhu, which makes it very clear what is the difference between a Brahmana and a Kshatriya, and in terms of their duties and responsibilities. So that's the essence of the qualities of a Kshatriya.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification. If you'd like to join our classes every day, please check the details in the description section of this video. We look forward to serving you.